Every day, millions of people change what they say, hide what they believe, or stay silent, not because they're wrong, but because they're afraid of what someone else might think. A stranger's opinion can ruin an entire day. One negative comment online can linger in our minds for weeks. But nearly 2,000 years ago, the Stoics discovered a simple truth that can free you from this invisible prison. And once you truly understand it, you'll never look at other people's opinions the same way again. Imagine carrying around a mirror everywhere you go. Every few seconds you stop to check, not your own reflection, but the reflections of everyone looking back at you. Are they smiling, judging, approving, disappointed? Before long, your entire life becomes a performance for an audience that was never paying as much attention as you imagined. That is what constantly seeking approval feels like. It slowly replaces your own voice with the opinions of others. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus understood this better than most. Born into slavery, he spent much of his life being judged by people who held power over him. Yet he taught that no one can truly control your mind unless you hand them that power. He believed that while others may speak about you, misunderstand you, or criticize you, your response remains your own. Real freedom begins the moment you stop asking the world for permission to be yourself. Think about the last time someone criticized you. How long did you replay those words in your head? Hours, days, maybe even longer. Now ask yourself something different. Did that criticism actually change who you are? Or did it simply change what you believed about yourself? The Stoics would argue that the pain rarely comes from another person's words. It comes from the meaning we attach to them. Modern psychology offers an interesting parallel. Our brains are naturally wired to seek social acceptance because, throughout human history, belonging to a group increased our chances of survival. But in today's world, that instinct can become exaggerated. We begin measuring our worth through likes, comments, approval, and comparison. What once helped humans survive can now quietly steal our confidence if left unchecked. Marcus Aurelius, despite ruling one of the most powerful empires in history, reminded himself that the opinions of others are often fleeting. In Meditations, he repeatedly reflected on how quickly praise and criticism disappear with time. The people judging you today will one day be gone, just as those before them were. When you truly see how temporary human opinions are, they begin to lose their grip on your peace of mind. Imagine standing in the middle of a busy city square. Hundreds of people walk past. Some notice you. Most don't. A few may form an opinion for a brief second before turning their attention back to their own lives. We often believe we're standing on a stage when in reality, everyone else is busy performing in their own story. Most people aren't thinking about you nearly as much as you think they are. Here's a simple Stoic exercise you can practice today. Whenever you find yourself worrying about someone else's opinion, pause and ask, whose judgment matters more? Theirs or my character? Then shift your attention to something you can actually control. Your honesty, your effort, your kindness, your discipline. The more energy you invest in your character, the less energy you'll waste managing other people's perceptions. This doesn't mean ignoring all feedback. Wise people listen carefully to constructive criticism because it helps them grow. But there's a difference between learning from others and living for their approval. One builds character, the other slowly erodes it. Picture an ancient oak tree standing through years of storms. It doesn't bend because every gust of wind demands it. It remains rooted because its strength comes from deep within. The Stoics believed your character should be like that tree. Steady, grounded, unshaken by every passing opinion. The next time someone misunderstands you, remember Epictetus. Remember Marcus Aurelius leading an empire while reminding himself not to chase applause. Remember that your value has never been determined by someone else's opinion. It has always been determined by the choices you make when no one is watching. True confidence isn't convincing everyone to like you, it's no longer needing them to. When your peace depends on other people's approval, you'll always feel powerless, but when your peace depends on your own principles, you become impossible to control. The Stoics didn't become free because the world stopped judging them. They became free because they stopped giving every judgment the power to define them. If this perspective helped you see yourself differently, subscribe to Stoic Compass. Together, we'll continue discovering timeless wisdom that helps us live with greater courage, clarity, and inner freedom.